What if the most powerful thing you could do as an entrepreneur was nothing? Sounds crazy, right? Today is Yom Kippur, the holiest day on the Jewish calendar, and it's built around one thing: the pause. And before you say anything, I recorded this before Yom Kippur as I'm pausing. So it's not built, Yom Kippur, around the hustle, not the grind. It's built around the pause. Stopping long enough to reflect, to admit where we fell short, and to ask forgiveness, not just from others, but from ourselves. And as someone who's in the middle of a midlife entrepreneurial pivot, it's hit me hard because pausing might be the single most underrated part of building a business and a life that's unforgettable. Now, let me be real honest with you for a second. I'm not good at pausing. Okay, scratch that. I'm terrible at pausing. Just ask my family. I'm always on the go. Also, from a career, I've spent my whole life producing, right? Producing television shows, producing content, producing results. The TV world trained me that if you weren't hustling, you were behind. And when I stepped away from the day-to-day of my 22-year career to build the $2 bill brand, that mindset came with me. So I thought if I just pushed harder, calls, more content, more flipping houses, more deals, I'd feel secure, feel ahead. But here's what happened. I burnt myself out. And even worse, I started missing the lessons that only come when you pause long enough to listen. Yom Kippur is called the Day of Atonement, if you didn't know. But I think it's also the Day of Alignment. When you pause, you see where your actions and your purpose don't line up, where fear, pride, or perfectionism took the wheel. This year, pausing is going to force me to admit a few things. I let fear of money drive me more than my mission. We've been there, right? I let the need to prove myself drown out gratitude. Connect? I let busyness become a badge of honor instead of a distraction from what mattered. Those aren't easy to admit. But Yom Kippur reminds us we don't pause to punish ourselves. We pause to realign ourselves. My grandmother gave me $2 bills growing up. Probably heard the story. My grandmother told me, "You'll never forget these because they're rare. And anyone that you give them to will always remember as well." And that's where my $2 bill brand comes from, right? And here's the thing: you can't recognize what makes you rare if you're moving too fast. In TV, we'd sometimes pause production, step back, and rewatch the footage. That's when we'd see the story we almost missed. Story that we'd almost missed. And entrepreneurship kind of works the same way, right? If you don't stop to reflect, you miss the story of your own life. You miss the evidence that you are not invisible. You are unforgettable. The pause is what lets you see that you're not a $1 bill in a stack of thousands. You are a $2 bill. Rare, distinct, impossible to forget. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you paused? Waiting, right? It's been a minute. And that doesn't include not scrolled, not half listened, but truly, truly paused. Hopefully I'm doing that right now. Haven't done it in a while. And maybe your pause is admitting you're burned out. Maybe it's forgiving yourself for the goals you didn't hit this year. And maybe it's stopping long enough to see that your worth was never tied to the hustle in the first place. This Yom Kippur, I'm learning the power of the pause. Because pausing doesn't make you fall behind. Oof. You gotta tell me that twice. I need to tell that to myself twice. Pausing makes you unforgettable. Here's my challenge. Take one pause today. Ask yourself, where am I out of alignment? And what do I need to release so I can step fully into who I'm meant to be? Drop it in the comments. I'll be reading everyone. Because your brand, your life, your impact, they're being built with or without you. So why not take control of them? It's never too late to start. Be unforgettable. Be the $2 bill.